in case you're brave enough to take a deep dive into my mind, I'm going to be answering your questions right now. Hi y'all, SnarkyJay Cosplay here. As of the time of this video's recording, we have officially hit 40k subs on this channel, which I am super grateful for because I did not think we would ever hit that number, so thank you all so much for subscribing. And as promised in my second to last video, this is our 40k Q&A. These are questions sent in by you guys in the comment sections of my second to last video. Unfortunately, it would take me way too long to answer every single question, but I did pick quite a few good ones. So with that being said, let's get started. Will you marry me? No, and if you ask any of my exes, they would tell you that I'm doing you a favor by saying no. So my question is, where are you from and what do your parents do? I am Cuban Puerto Rican, my mom is a paralegal, and my dad produces TV commercials, so that's why I do this. Jonathan Delisle says, you seem to be very close to your dad. Is he the one that brought you into the whole Star Wars, MCU, etc.? No, actually, my dad thinks all of this is nonsense. He's supportive because it's what I do. He's not into any of this stuff. My dad is not a big superhero guy. He just deals with it because I like it. What did you study and what do you do for a living? So I went to college and I got a degree in public relations, advertising, and applied communications. But I do this for a living. This is what I want to do with my time. It's what I really enjoy, so this is my job. What's your OnlyFans? I'm gonna go ahead and make this very clear. I do not now, nor will I ever have an OnlyFans. I'm unwilling to make that sort of content in general. Anybody that does it and wants to pay for it, more power to you. I don't shame anybody that does, but there's never gonna be that kind of content. If you want to support me in this channel, you can go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon, which all is safe for work. There's nothing that I wouldn't post on Instagram. Is Jay Juliana, Julia, Joanna, Jasmine, or Jacinta? My name doesn't stand for anything. It's Jay. Jay like Gatsby, like Leno, Pharaoh, Baruchel. Those are all the famous Jays I can name. How many languages do you speak? I only speak English and Spanish. I learned a few curse words in Italian, but I fluently speak English and Spanish, and I speak them, I think, about equally with each other. King Latifah says, yo, happy 40k. Thank you. Question, do you edit and run this channel all by yourself? What audio video equipment do you recommend? And what are you excited to cosplay next? I don't really know a whole lot about audio video equipment because my dad is the one that picked everything. I film on a Sony a6600. I use Hollyland mics. I really like both of those. I have zero complaints. Yes, I am the only one who runs this channel. I write all my own scripts, I record all my own stuff in my bedroom, I edit everything, I do thumbnails, I answer comments. Everything that gets done on this channel is me. And to answer what I'm excited to cosplay next, I actually want to do Dazzler, because I know people have been talking about her maybe making an appearance in the new Deadpool movie, so I'm working on that. Mikey asks, ¿Algún día harás un video en español aunque sea en Instagram? That translates to, would I ever do a video entirely in Spanish, even if it was only on Instagram? I'm gonna go ahead and just answer that in Spanish. Quizás algún día lo haré, es que no tengo muchos seguidores de verdad que nada más hablan español, así que sería un poco difícil hacerlo, pero bueno, a lo mejor lo haré un día. Do you think the MCU can be brought back to greatness? To be honest, I spend a lot of time complaining about the MCU, and I think that the MCU probably could bounce back, but we need to get better writers in the writer's room right now. Honestly, I think the main issue with the MCU is that the writing just sucks. I think the MCU could definitely come back to the standing that it once was, because I don't think superhero fatigue is real. I think we're just tired of garbage. If you could choose any character to bring back or make a new movie about, who would you choose for MCU, DCU, and Star Wars, and who would you ban forever? I would ban She-Hulk forever. I never want to see a single piece of She-Hulk content again because obviously she's just a vehicle for really stupid agendas that I have no time for. If I could make one MCU project about one specific character, I would definitely want to see Bucky Barnes / the Winter Soldier get his own time because I really loved his arc as Captain America in the comics. As far as DC is concerned, I would love to see Under the Red Hood get turned into a film if they did it right. And when it comes to Star Wars, if I could just redo everything they've written about Boba Fett recently and instead do Twin Engines of Destruction as like a small short film, oh my god, that would be awesome. Who is your favorite comic book hero / villain? I can't really say that I have a favorite comic book villain, but my favorite comic book hero is 100% Batman. He is my life. I would pick him over Marvel, DC, anything. He's just my favorite. Have you thought about how your channel could potentially evolve in the future? Maybe vlogging? Yes, actually. I have always wanted to vlog, and when I went to MegaCon, I actually recorded some footage to do a vlog, and I ended up catching the flu before I even really started the convention, so I had to drive back home and the whole thing was ruined for me. But I've always really wanted to do vlogging, at least when I do conventions or I travel for events and stuff like that. I also do want to lean back into doing some reviews occasionally. I have been watching a lot more movies lately, so I plan on sprinkling in some movie reviews as well as the commentary and stuff that I've been doing now. Christ's Crackers asks, Dear Jay, what is your opinion on anime? Do you like watching it compared to watching Western productions? And if so, what are your favorite animes to watch? I know you guys are about to take out your torches and pitchforks. I don't watch anime. I don't like anime. I've never really been a fan of the pacing or anything like that. I'm so sorry. It's not my thing. Is there a movie that you love that everyone else hates? Okay, I wouldn't say that everybody else hates it, but every time I hear anybody talk about ranking Pixar movies, everybody says that Cars is the biggest piece of shit that Pixar ever put out. And let me just tell you, I will defend Cars until the day that I die. I literally collect Lightning McQueens. I'm 23 years old. I have a collection of Lightning McQueens. I love Cars. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, actually. I have spent too much time in my life defending it, and I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. Brian Norris asks, what was your first cosplay and why? Who was your inspiration for cosplay? My first ever cosplay was McCree from Overwatch. I think I ended up cosplaying him like 4 months after the game came out. And even though the cosplay was probably not up to par with what I would do today if I redid it, it was a lot of fun. Everybody kept asking me what time it was. And that sort of sparked my narcissistic need for attention when I was in cosplay, which inspired me to keep going. My question is, do you have a favorite cosplay you've done and are most proud of? It's kind of a tough question to answer because I love doing Wonder Woman. I do her for charity events for kids. My favorite costume to wear is probably Catwoman because I just feel like she's me. And my cosplay that I'm most proud of is definitely my Optimus Prime. I've done an entire video about that build. It took me a while and there was so much work that went into it, and I think the result was pretty freaking cool, so that's definitely what I'm most proud of. Which characters are on your cosplay list that you've always wanted to do but didn't have the time or funds to set up? Can I just tell you, I grew up watching my brother play Halo, and I would love to do a Spartan. Namely, I'd like to do Tex from Red vs. Blue, but I just haven't had the funds or the energy to go about building an entire Spartan suit. What is your favorite Catwoman outfit? That's a really hard choice because even though I really love my Michelle Pfeiffer, it is genuinely the most uncomfortable thing I've ever had to wear, and I almost dislocated my shoulder when I tried to get out of it the last time. So I would say that this new sort of tactical one that I did recently is probably my favorite, just because it's got my own touches to it and I really like that cowl. I see a guitar in the back. Is that yours? How many other instruments do you play? And can you play a song on a video someday? So yes, that is my guitar. See, I tried to teach myself to play guitar during COVID because I wanted to learn. But if you haven't noticed, I have really long fingers and really long nails. So it didn't really work, and I ended up giving up because I didn't want to have my nails short to play guitar. I did play tenor saxophone for 7 years, so all through middle and high school, I went to a magnet school for band. I don't play anymore. I don't play any other instruments. I do really like singing, but I can tell you that I'm not a good singer. I'm just loud. So there's that. What do you do when not making content? Apart from the movies, what are your hobbies? I always make the joke that I'm a Renaissance woman because I love all things creative. I love drawing. I love painting. I also spend entirely too much time doing jigsaw puzzles. I know that that makes me the world's most boring person, but I love jigsaw puzzles, and then I tape them because I just feel bad ruining them. So those are probably my big hobbies. I also really like music. Like I said earlier, I'm not a good singer, but I do it with conviction, and that's what matters. So yeah. Ron asks, what does your necklace say and does it have any special meaning? I know I'm not gonna be able to get the camera to focus on it, but it literally just says J, and then underneath there's a bat. That's it. It just means that I'm J and I like Batman. I love questions like these. Who would you date from the MCU? You guys already know that I'm toxic and problematic, and this answer just makes me worse. I would date Bucky Barnes / the Winter Soldier. I was in love with Sebastian Stan for a very long time. I feel like I could fix him. And last but not least, what is your favorite novel and what is your favorite movie based on a novel? I know that this is a huge red flag, but my favorite novel is actually Catcher in the Rye. I love that novel. And I guess if I had to pick my favorite movie based on a novel, this is going to be a controversial answer, but Baz Luhrmann's The Great Gatsby is genuinely one of my favorite movies of all time. I really like it as an adaptation of the novel, so off the top of my head, that would be my answer. Folks, those are all the questions I'm gonna put you guys through. Thank you so much for asking. I think I'm gonna start doing these maybe every 10,000 subscribers if we keep growing at that rate, fingers crossed. Thank you so much for interacting with me. I love you guys who comment and who interact with me on a regular basis. You guys know that I do my best to reply to as many comments as possible. I am only as relevant as any of you guys want to make me. So I am so grateful for all of your support over the past couple of years. Thank you so much for being you and for staying with me over all the things that I've done on this channel. You guys are 100% the bomb, and I love all of you. That's all from me. I've been SnarkyJay. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. For more SnarkyJay, be sure to check me out on Instagram, and if you'd like to support this channel and my content creation, please check out and consider subscribing to my Patreon. It would really help me out. I will add links to both of these in the description below, and let me know your thoughts on all of my answers in the comments below.